from my Twitter account. And that's it. Fox News filed a copyright strike on our GOP debate commentary, taking the whole episode down. And I will say immediately, as we begin the segment, I believe that what we did was absolutely fair use. We were, first of all, the public has a right to know what's going on with these debates. It is newsworthy what these individuals are saying. We were commenting directly on what was being said and the show itself. It was direct commentary on this. Combine those things, and I think that immediately this is a matter of our democracy, as they like to say, right? Mm-hmm. So the argument would be that Fox News can host presidential candidates who can say things that only they are allowed to filter to the American public, and no one else is allowed to fact check what they are saying. Now, their argument is you can fact check them, but you can't just show what they've said in real time. I reject that. That would mean that everyone has to watch only their interpretation, and it creates a circumstance in which they can selectively choose to take down only specific commentary. It would be impossible to take down everyone who's providing commentary, which means there will always be the argument that, oh, but they infringe on our copyright, so we took them down. It's okay. Okay, hold on. The guy critical of candidate 1 was taken down, but the guy critical of candidate 2 was not. Oh, we must have missed it. That creates a loophole that will require that you actually can't do anything about, to be completely honest. I think this precedent can't stand because right now as it stands, I can't sue Fox News simply for filing a claim on YouTube. We can do a counterclaim and have their claim pushed back. They can then within 10 days file a lawsuit. Otherwise, YouTube restores our video. They then have to sue us. But if this is allowed to stand, what happens is you have Democrat and Republican. The Democrats run criticism of the GOP, and let's say Democrat personalities and Republican personalities are commenting and criticizing, and then large institution, whoever it may be, can choose to only strike certain channels. The people who are not given a strike can't sue, and the people who are given a strike don't have standing in court to argue, oh, but look, they're not being taken down, because the argument is, okay, well, we'll go take them down next. You would have that argument. You could say they're doing this selectively. But what the situation it creates is the only person with the power is the institution controlling the debates. No one can fact check or comment on it, and they can control who's allowed to fact check and comment on it. That's an impossibility. But I've got more news here to add to this. David Pakman, 9 days ago, had announced the same thing, and I was unaware of this. And here you can see the copyright strike he received on his channel. Let me remove the CC. The closed captions. You can see that in no way does it affect his ability to stream. As of right now, Fox Media LLC, October 6th, filed the strike against him. I can say this now. I'm not going to reveal here's what I can say. Several other individuals who are providing commentary on the debates also received strikes and had their commentary taken down. It's hard to know when we started doing a cursory search of other channels, because the videos aren't there. So we don't know if they did or didn't. I don't track what everybody does. But knowing that David did, I immediately saw this video when I started doing my search of this. And David also received a strike. So we'll see what happens over the next week or so. I don't know. I would be shocked if Fox News actually tries to pursue lawsuits against a combined 50 million subscribers across the board, arguing that they are the only ones allowed to have commentary. I will further add, in my view, and probably if there was going to be a suit, my lawyer's going to be like, stop saying all this stuff. I don't care. This is important. The show that we did is not even a substitute for what Fox was providing. No. You could not even hear the debate half the time because we are just insulting politicians. If you wanted to actually just listen to the words of the politicians, you go watch the debate on Fox News. If you want to hear us yell at them and insult them, you come here, but you're not even hearing half the time what they were saying. So I don't even think that argument stands. Fox News is deciding to go to war against some of the biggest political commentators in the world right now. I can't imagine I think this is an abuse of the system, and I think they lose on this one. This is insane, and this is why initially we didn't even want to do the coverage of it, because it's stupid, because it's the lesser known Republican candidates. Trump is going to win, and so we decided to simply because ultimately there's several things. One, people really wanted to hear us fact check and comment on what they were saying. And so they're like, look, they didn't care what was being shown in the debates. They cared how we were responding, essentially we want to debate the presidential candidates. If Fox News has their way, there will be no public debate on our presidential candidates. And I think that's absurd.
It's like a reaction video too.
I can respect to a certain degree an argument made by Fox, but I think it's a bad argument that loses, because in order for us to have our institutions, our constitutional republic with democratic institutions, there must be a robust public debate on our political candidates. And they do not have the argument that they own the monopoly on the political debate. If their show was simply truckers arguing truck driving, totally get it. But these people want to be president, and Fox is telling me I have no right to fact check them in real time? No way.
Yeah, no, go ahead.
No, they even went to the extent where you said that they had a choice where they could just take the video down or actually like punish you with a strike, and they chose to punish you with a strike. So that just kind of goes to show that it was, kind of a weaponized attempt to take a stab at Tim Pool for. Well,
it's not just me. I mean, it's a bunch of people who got strikes. They're going after everybody, is my understanding. Well, I shouldn't say everybody. They've gone after a lot of people. I do have some questions, because I can say they didn't go after everyone just yet. So I say just yet, but that's the point. If Fox News is selectively taking down only some, then the argument would be they are creating an environment where any institution that is hosting a debate can choose who's allowed to comment on the debate. Well, we can't have that. There's no functioning democratic election if large institutions are like, we're going to let these 7 people do it. Right. I'll put it this way. Fox could quite literally be like, oh, all of those commentators, we give them a license. Those ones we take down. And it's arbitrary. It effectively just silos and manipulates and controls public discourse. I think this is a gross infringement, an egregious abuse of the system. But I also think if they pursue a lawsuit, it goes to the Supreme Court. I think they lose.
I also think that it doesn't make any sense for Fox to be able to have a proprietary broadcast. There should be anyone who wants to broadcast the debate should be allowed in to broadcast the debate. That is in the public interest. It's like you were saying, these are people who want to be president. Now, none of them are going to be president, but they certainly, but they're certainly out there trying to do this. And any American should have the ability to see that. And the fact that Fox News is on cable and a lot of people can't see that also is a problem.
But it's free online, and there's a lot of arguments they can make about who they allow to stream and things like that. Don't care. My argument is they want to create a world where they are the funnel of information on public discourse. So we have these things called anti-SLAPP laws. SLAPP means strategic lawsuit against public participation. There are many states, probably half the country, where if I said David Pakman, is a leftist communist or whatever, insult him in some way, then he can't sue me for several reasons. It's not just the higher standards, right? You could actually, because David Pakman is a public figure, accuse him of doing a backflip and landing in the mud. And let's argue that for some reason it's disparaging. I'm not trying to disparage David. I'm just using it as an example because we pulled this channel up. Anti-SLAPP laws basically shut the lawsuit down instantly, arguing that my accusations against him are public participation, that we are public figures having a debate in public and we're allowed to. And so you have what's called Times v. Sullivan. That's where if I said someone is if I said Carter Banks kicked a dog, he can't sue me. It's crazy because the actual malice standard, based on the precedent of what's called Time v. Sullivan, he would have to prove I intentionally lied, knowing beforehand he did not kick a dog, which is almost impossible. Right. Because you'd have to get past summary judgment, get to discovery, know where to find the statements, and hope they are. Let's say I know for a fact that Carter behind the scenes was going, "Mwahaha, I'm going to lie about Tim Pool and claim he kicked a dog." And then I'm like, I know he did it. I heard him say it. Can you prove it? No. But he said it. Too bad. You're out. Now you get that's Times v. Sullivan. Most people are familiar with that. That's how the left is able to call everyone Nazis and white supremacists. They call Laura Loomer a white nationalist. Over. Jimmy Kimmel just did. I mean, that may be defamation per se. I think she should sue because she doesn't need to prove damages in that case.
Right. Defamation
Per se is when you're accusing someone of something so egregious that it, in and of itself, is damaging. Anti-slap would then be, if I claim Jimmy Kimmel kicked a dog, he sued me over that, then it'd probably get thrown out instantly over anti-slap. There are a lot of states that are just like, nope, you can't. He's talking about public stuff that's going on. When I look at this, I see something very similar. I think this needs to be handled by the Supreme Court. It must be. And the reason for it is the era of the ubiquitous live stream is new. It has not yet been adjudicated. It has not yet gone to the courts. We need to know where the Supreme Court stands on our right to debate the political candidates in real time. When a candidate stands on stage and says, when I was governor, I did this, and when I'm president, I'll do that. And we go, whoa, 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 he didn't do that when he was governor. If there is no public debate allowed, then only wealthy institutions are allowed to control who's being president. It destroys public participation in debates. So that's where I stand. Rant over, I guess. But we will have some developments in the next week or so as to what happens. And I think if Fox News does decide to take this to court, here's what I ultimately think. I think Fox News will not. I think they're going to cave. They're going to back down and they're going to accept it. Because if Fox News does sue, this will go to the Supreme Court and they will lose. And then it becomes precedent in law and they'll never have a leg to stand on again. Thanks for watching this clip from the Timcast IRL podcast. Hang out with us live Monday through Friday at 8 p.m. and become a member over at timcast.com for uncensored, members-only shows exclusive. Thanks for hanging out, and we'll see you all next time.